Hey guys, welcome to the Words with Woodsman podcast. You're a bit overdressed, aren't you there, buddy?
Would look good.
Yeah,
What are you doing today?
for those listening, like Randy, those listening not watching, Randy's he's got him a button-down shirt on, like he's classing the place
That's the
up.
first time I've ever seen him wear a button down.
Did someone die? Is it a funeral?
No funeral. I just want to look good.
That
for you
looks,
guys.
that's a good like Miriam and Barium shirt. That's what that is.
The issue we have with your looks isn't the clothes, it's your face.
Well, I tried to help it. I tried to class it up.
So we can make fun of him harder now because even though his family's listening, because we established last podcast, we're not really getting rid of him.
Yeah.
So really, he's just getting bullied. This is what's happening.
It's because we love him.
Yeah. I do like that shirt though. That'd be a good, like, if I had to do a wedding,
It's very
my wife
light.
would greatly disagree because she's like, that's a fishing shirt. You can't, I'm like, hey, it's
Mhm.
button down.
Yep. That is
cool.
If they're getting married on the water, then you can fish.
No.
and wear it.
That's
You know,
what I'm thinking.
fun fact, I did a wedding like that one time. So the coolest wedding that I ever did was, I had a ton of like,
It wasn't yours.
not, okay, officiated. I didn't
Okay.
officiate my wedding.
That would be
Officiated.
funny if you keep changing spots.
Hey, could have saved money that way. But the coolest wedding that I officiated, so I had a bunch of formal ones where I had to dress up and that awful, right? But then I had one where we were on a boat dock. They served pizza at the reception, okay? But I pronounced them husband and wife. They got on an inner tube behind me and a boat took off with them.
No way.
No kid.
Were they wearing like real dress and tux or was
Yes.
it bathing suits?
Well, okay, so the men all wore like fishing shirts and shorts. Even the pastor, I was like, yes, score.
cool.
Yeah.
The women did do dresses and stuff like that, but I guess she wasn't worried about getting her wedding dress wet because literally they just climbed on the inner tube and the boat took off with
Let's
them.
be honest. You only wear it one time.
Hopefully she doesn't need it again.
I said, this is the greatest wedding ever. So, no.
Get married a second
But so
time.
at my wedding, it was in Florida in May and it was 100 degrees out. It was like a 4:00 wedding. The candle had melted. It was falling over.
Oh my gosh. Dude, candles at weddings? Okay, the unity candle, is
Yeah.
that what it's called?
It was
I've seen brides almost set on fire. I've seen drapes almost burn. I'm a proponent. If you got to do some kind of unity thing, all right, I'm a proponent of the sand. The sand doesn't cause a bunch of danger. Have you seen the sand? You're looking at me kind of funny. Literally, they take sand in 2 jars and pour it into 1 jar. I'm like, it's unified.
Is that the beach?
It's basically the same thing. It's basically the unity candle.
Okay.
I mean, we're going to get a lot of hate because I'm not knocking weddings. So before they start rioting,
That's why I ain't saying anything.
you're keeping your mouth. You're probably the
You
wisest
typically-
among us.
I know.
Usually
that's
in this
the
situation.
first time we've ever said
Yeah,
that.
it's the shirt.
Oh,
It's the shirt.
Where's your glasses?
Oh, I should have
It's
worn
like an
it.
insurance salesman.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. You sell whole life or term? What?
I can sell both.
Yeah. So how you guys doing this week? Anything interesting?
Yes, for me,
Yeah.
my dog scared my neighbor. So,
Dog scared the neighbor.
yep.
The 175 pound.
Not just a dog.
Yeah,
it's
a
like
dog.
It's like a
dog.
bear.
yeah.
He is a big boy. But when we're outside and he doesn't get outside, he gets upset because he likes to be outside and he stays in the yard. Yeah, you'll hear him out there.
Yeah.
He sounds like a dying whale.
That's factual. That's not an
True
exaggeration.
story.
Yeah. So
He's
I
so
was out
big.
front spraying off the front porch of spider webs because my wife hates spiders, scared of them.
She was on the phone with my wife today and she saw a spider and I thought she was going to cuss. Like I heard her, I'm like, no. And I heard her go, you will die where you are. And I'm like, what is happening over there?
He is terrified.
Did you get her
of
a
spiders.
salt gun?
No. She'll scream bloody murder and then make me come kill it or one of the kids.
If you ever want to get rid of Randy, you want Randy out of your life, show up, go to the pet store, get a thing of spiders, and just release them into their house, and they'll move.
Well, I have 150 pack of fake ones.
They might.
I
Bobby
promise you, if you do that, you will not survive.
Bobby might burn her house and yours down.
I don't
Collateral
look,
damage from 5
she's
miles away.
so-
Every house in
She
between
is
us.
so scared of him and like willing to do whatever that if you even try to prank her on it, she'll attack you. I feel. I don't even joke with her about it.
We were at the church one time and there was a spider like up in the like deal. She was hollering. And this was before I realized her fear of it, right? And how serious it was, because she called me out there to come like kill it and tear it down. And I'm like, it's just a spider. Like I'm in there working. I'm like, give me a minute. Like I'm not that. She was near in tears,
Mm-hmm.
like near in tears. And then when she looked at me, I went, oh, this is much more serious than I thought.
So, yeah, we're in a car driving. My sister and my mom, I think, were the ones in the back seat. We were at a park or whatever, and a spider had just come down between us. She freaked out and jumped out of the movie. And
Good gosh.
That's
serious.
It's serious.
It's serious.
So yeah.
But anyways,
Well,
back to
yeah.
your dog.
Anyways, I was cleaning that off, and the back door or the door to the garage wasn't closed all the way. And when you open up the patio door, it'll swing that door open. And Loki doesn't run off and chase the neighborhood. He just likes to see where we're at, and he'll stay in the garage or whatever. But our neighbor was weed eating in his back to our house, and Loki comes up and just, deep roof, roof, scared the crap out of me. And I hear him, and I just drop the hose, and I went, Loki, like, because he's coming up to see where I'm at. And then Bobby's like, get in this house. And he comes in the house and he sees me like, hey, Dad. And I had to tell him.
I got him.
I got him.
Like, hey, I'm sorry. He won't do anything. He goes, no, I know. He won't. Because he sees our neighbors all the time.
Yeah, he's just so big.
But he likes to say hi.
He's the size of a bear.
Yes.
But he barks because he can't go. He knows he can't go in their yard. Like, he knows his perimeter. And he's like, I can't go over there. But hey, I'm here.
What's up?
Because he's done it. So one day, Haley came home, and the front door, Haley didn't shut it all the way. He goes out and goes to their yard and at their driveway and barks at them, and while they're in their garage, and like, holy crap, the dog's out. And they're kind of like shocked, but then he goes back in and then lays down in front of the door with it open. Well, Haley happened to see, well, oh, crap. Oh, hey. Oh, look, you're being good. Goes and shuts the door, and the neighbor's like, well, the dog's in the house. They couldn't figure it out. Like, all right, whatever. Until we seen him, and she had told us what had happened, and we kind of laughed. We were like, oh, Haley thought the dog never left the house when the door was open. So that's
Sneaky.
yeah. So he just goes over and likes to say hi to him, and
Yeah.
he wants to play with their kids.
He's a gentle giant. He really is. I've seen people show up to Bobby's house and see the dog and turn around and run back to the car.
It happened when somebody brought Bobby was sick or had surgery, and they came to bring her something. And she literally jumped back in the car because she was scared of her dog.
Look, I've got one problem with Loki. Okay, me and Loki are great, right? Like I'm not afraid of him, all this kind of stuff. I've got one problem with Loki. Loki is so big, and his tail is like at like he'll check you. His tail is this big around like a baseball bat, and so literally the more excited he gets, it's just shoop 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 shoop.
And he's always excited and happy when people.
And he loves guests. And so, like, okay, so I'm going to put it this way. You need a cup to go to his house, okay? Otherwise, I've almost been on the floor before because of Loki.
Mm-hmm. The best is the grandkids, especially when they're really little.
You knock them over.
Right.
Hadn't he, like, cleared off, like, coffee tables before as he went by? And
he's pretty good at that when he realizes when he's next to it, he doesn't go all the way in. He backs up and... Yeah.
Well,
better.
Speaking of, your dog's the size of a bear, but I've seen like 2 or 3 different posts. I don't know what's up with my Facebook algorithm, but evidently I'm just getting bear stuff.
Now you're going to get more.
I'm going to get something talking about it. But it was like all like these ice cream shops, like in the Midwest, or not the Midwest, like Montana, and like a bear broke into this person's shop, tore the door up, everything, right? And just ate pints of ice cream.
Oh my gosh.
Like they said that they found ice cream everywhere, like outside, inside, like, and it was all half eaten. Like the dude wasn't even considered enough to eat the whole thing, But
they were like, man, this stuff's good. I like what they're eating. I'm going to start going in there.
I've never lived in a place where Mississippi's actually starting to pick up some bears now. We've got a few. Mostly it was alligators, but like I've never lived in a place with bears until now. And so
it did up north.
I didn't have any growing up, but I did have a fun experience within the last year. So for work, we rented a cabin at the top of a mountain in Gatlinburg. and we were trying to check in, but you had to wait till like 4:00 before they would text you the Airbnb code. It's
I
like
hate it when they do that.
it's like 3:52. So we start unloading some of our groceries. The coolers are still in the car, but we put the dry goods out and just staged there. And my boss goes, "Stop, stop." I'm like, "What are you?" A bear comes out of the woods and he's just looking at us. He's just chilling. So we kind of like get back to the car. He walks up and grabs a bag of like a creatine powder that my boss was going to use to work out, takes it in the woods.
This is bulky bear. This is
Now-
like, this bear's been working out.
We hear him open it up. So now he's thirsty, right?
This is like
Sucker comes back.
Arnold Schwarzenegger bear.
Yeah, we hear him, and so we're still waiting for the code. Comes back, and you got the pack of potato chips that you would get at Costco or whatever.
The family size.
The family size, they've got the handle. He walks up and picks it up by the handle. He doesn't grab it by the side. He knows. Grabs it by the handle.
You're not the first person.
He takes it in the woods, and this, this is a big boy. It's a full-grown male.
You were mugged by a bear.
Well, it gets better. So we hear him go in the woods. We hear that open up. Then I get the code. So we bring all the food into the house quickly. We were glad we didn't have the meat out there. We had some filet and some good stuff. But, all's good. So we're moving stuff around, checking out the place for about 20 minutes. I come outside. Both of my doors are open to my car.
Oh, no.
And on the ground, there's candy like scattered. I guess my son had a Pokemon tin with like Starburst in it. It's completely scattered now. So I come back in. I'm like, stop messing around, guys. Ha ha. And then we come back outside, and coming down a hill is a mama bear and two babies. These are different bears than the male, 20 minutes apart. Okay. We're like, what the heck? So shut the door.
So this isn't creatine bear. This is a new set of bears.
No.
He's working out in the
He
woods
went
right now.
He went.
This is single mom bear.
No, he might have told his wife, and she brought the baby. So like, hey, smorgasbord.
He's bench pressing. He's got him a stump out there, and he's just
Which way's the But
he got his pre-workout.
Yeah, she opens the door. Yes, opens the door. The babies go in. I have pictures of and video of the whole thing. Mama knows how to open the door.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, lets herself in. So then I got pictures, like I said. So just absolutely crazy.
You got carjacked by a bear.
Scratched up the driver's side seat. I've got footprints all throughout
Did
it.
you hit the panic button by chance?
No, I was enjoying it.
But
Let's be
reality
honest,
though,
it was awesome.
I was wondering.
I was hoping she would rip the engine apart.
to be fair, you really didn't like this car.
No. And the thing broke down like a month later. I couldn't tie it to the bear.
Yeah. Insurance claim.
But so then the next, all of our friends come after that, like 10 more people. And we're telling about it. Again, I have the pictures, so they believe it. They're like, no way. So I'm trying to find the bears. Like, I'm calling for them. I don't know what a bear call is, but I'm doing the best I can.
Hey, bear.
Get a bear. So 2 days later, I go to the front door. And I'm checking every 20 minutes. And the bear is at the front door looking at me. I'm like, I told you. Everybody comes running out. Okay, so just one more part to the story. There's like a strong dew in the morning. You're in the mountains, so all of the cars are wet. There's a handprint on every single one of the doors. The bear checked all of the car doors.
This bear's been educated.
So the park
Like I
ranger
said,
came
not the
down.
first one.
He came down and I was like, hey, this is what happened. He's like, okay, I'll make a report. And, the first bear, the male had a red tag on him. Told him that, and he's like, hey, did they open your car door? I was like, why do you ask that? He's
That's
like,
what I trained them to do.
I didn't even think of that, but he's like, yeah, they know how to open doors. He said they'll use their paw or their mouth to open the door.
So a Tesla's really going to be confusing to him.
Well, they'll just
Could you-
just break
you know how,
through the roof.
Yeah, Tesla
He
doesn't
said
have.
that if they can't open the door, park ranger said this, they'll rip it open.
Really?
Yeah. But remember the Tesla whole roof is glass. He'll just,
Yeah, but they don't know.
he knows.
Now that you say, yeah.
They're like Tesla.
My mother-in-law. My mother.
Grab a rock.
It's like an
probably
ad
know-
for Tesla.
they
Like, how Yeti has like bear proof.
They probably know Elon.
So evidently, my mother-in-law and father-in-law went up to they went out west, and they were like some park, like near Yellowstone or something like that. Evidently out there, they like make you put tarps over your car when you park them in the park, because the vultures will land on your car if you don't.
Whoa.
And they I'm not talking about buzzards.
Big scratches and
Big scratch. I'm talking big
Yeah.
vultures.
condors.
Like condors,
Yeah.
yeah. Like will land on your car and just
Wow.
scratch the mess out of them. And I don't know why. They just do. So yeah, wow. So I can't believe. I think I'm on. This episode would probably be titled "How Andy Got Carjacked by a Bear." You know, yeah.
I mean, that is funny and just the
It's more
intelligent
common. I mean, as I talk to more people, it happens all the time.
It's an epidemic.
It is.
It's a crime. Crime. We're gonna have a crime takeover against the bears.
They're trying to take back their land that.
Oh, here it is.
No. Well, I mean, we're getting housing development, so animals keep getting pushed back. So bears are like, we'll get them.
Well, he's got some creatine.
He's got.
He's bulked up. He's ready to come through that door.
Your creatine bear. Don't mess. Hey, how do you know which bear it is? It's that one that's got the big biceps.
Yeah. You can see it.
If I go to Gatlinburg and I see a ripped bear,
well, you know how they kind of like walk like this with their arms in? He's going to be like this.
if he comes up to me, in honor of Hulk Hogan, if he comes up to me like, "Hey there, brother," I'm gonna be like, "Oh, yep, that's Andy's bear."
Yeah.
Has the do-rag.
That's a do-rag on his head. He like
He's got a boombox.
he like rips his shirt like, yeah,
Spur.
this is Bearomania, brother. Yeah.
Oh my god.
All right, guys. Well, on that note, we are coming up on our break. We'll take our break.
That was a pretty good Hulk impression.
Yeah, you like that? Yeah. When we come back, won't be Hulk Hogan style, but we will finish up the book of James, and we'll reveal what our next book is. All right, so stick around. Welcome back to the podcast. We're going to pick up. We're finishing, guys. We are finishing the book of James today.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
We have 4 verses.
Can we do it?
Can we do it? This
Vote in the comments.
So this is episode 29.
Oh my gosh.
2 episodes were like interview style. So what is that? 27? We've spent 27 episodes in the book of James.
Is the latest one. This
Well,
is almost 11 o'clock.
It's almost 11 o'clock.
Our church did it in like 4 weeks. They went through the.
We spent
Did it really?
4 half-hour sermons. They went through the whole.
They're more efficient than we are. Okay.
Well, it was cool to see some of the perspectives as how they took some of the verses and how we did. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah. And so we're going to pick up with verse 17. I'll read it, and then we can discuss it. All right. So verse 17 says this. It says, Elijah, we're back in the Old Testament. Elijah was a human being, even as we are. He prayed earnestly that it would not rain, and it did not rain on land for 3.5 years. Again he prayed, and the heavens gave rain, and the earth produced its crops. My brothers and sisters, if one of you should wander from the truth, and someone should, if one of you should wander from the truth, and someone should bring that person back, remember this: whoever turns a sinner from the error of their way will save them from death, and cover over a multitude of sins. So the first 2 verses that we read, he was kind of continuing that thought that we talked about last week of prayer, which I really enjoyed our discussion last week on that. And then these next 2 verses, he gets into, restoring someone that has fell away from the faith, or someone that has, went astray in some way, shape, or form. And he actually, from what I'm reading here, he actually encourages us to do that, which is not something that, in our modern day in society, and I'd love to have a discussion on this, we don't really do that well, Like how often, when someone, and we've all experienced that, we've all seen people, that were strong believers, or, made a profession of faith, and things are going great. And we really saw it in students too, because all 3 of us have all served in students at different points in time. We've seen it with teenagers of they make this decision, but then, they either step in stupid, or they start making so their situation changes, and then they start making other decisions. How often, when we see that scenario go down, do we see people just write those people off, or just, and they do it under the guise of, well, they know better.
Well, I've even heard someone say they'll be back eventually.
Yeah.
You should go after them.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're struggling, or they got in the wrong group because usually after you leave high school, you got to find a new group of friends.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you find yourself finding it stupid group of friends.
Well, I mean, I've seen like
I
even
wonder what my wife would say about my friends.
well, we're gonna table that one. But I've even like Randy with you, for example, I've even seen you go as far as like you and your wife, go pick up a student from somewhere and after they've like made some bad decisions and stuff like that, and actually let your home be a safe place for those students
That's
to
great.
come.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's weird, but at the same time,
It's never convenient.
d- yeah,
It's always, and what's funny is like when we get called to do these kind of moments, it's never at a convenient. And this sounds so selfish, right? Like this is the world that we live in, right?
Yeah.
Where we have this mindset of, Lord, I'll serve you between the hours of 10 and 2 on every Saturday. What?
Yep.
No.
As long as it's raining.
As long as it's raining and I can't play golf or go fishing,
Yeah.
right? No, that's not how this works. Like these kind of calls always come at like 10 o'clock at night on Monday night when you've got a big meeting the next morning,
I've gotten a call from a parent because them and their kid were having an issue, and you need to come get them. And I don't know what time it was. It was late.
Let me guess, it was a weeknight.
It was weeknight, and he seen me at the door, and he goes, "You called Randy?" And I said, "Hey, let's go." We went for a ride, and we had to have a discussion. Then another one was, another student called, and he was on the roof about the jump.
Oh my gosh.
Cops are there, and the officer told his parents, let him talk. Who was ever talked to, let him talk to him because it seems to be calming them down. And then the other one where we picked up kids.
Yeah.
Never during the daytime. Now, when we picked up the one kids, it was, but when we had a discussion with them, because they said where we're at, not a good place for you to come and get us at night. So we're like, how's 7 o'clock in the morning sound? Because bad people aren't always up at 7 o'clock in the morning. But yeah, it's just.
Well, and the reality is us following God and doing the things we're supposed to do, like we've committed to that. Like that's, you made a commitment when you gave your life to Jesus, you made a commitment to, hey, I will serve you, Lord, no matter what, no matter when, my life is yours. And so many times, like we don't treat that commitment that way, like it's always like when it's convenient for me, I'll Lord, just let it, like I said, at this time on this day, I'm all in, or, hey, every Sunday, Lord,
Yeah.
every Sunday I've made time for you. No, he wants your whole week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So gotta be on guard. Gotta be on guard.
A part that resonates with me on 17 and 18, Elijah was a human being. He prayed earnestly it would not rain, and then he prayed for rain. So I don't know if you've ever heard the story about there's a village, they're in a drought, and they're praying for rain, praying, and they're not hearing God answer. And then they continue to pray. And God finally speaks. He says, hey, this is a joke, but he goes, hey, you guys are out here praying for rain, but you clearly didn't believe I would do it. Nobody brought an umbrella. Right. So when you make that prayer, you've got to actually believe that he's capable of it.
Yeah.
Right. Not just praying it by saying the words, but you've got to actually believe that God's going to send rain and prepare for it, or that he's going to send a 3.5 year drought, whatever it is. But that really stuck with me. Like, wow, how many times do I pray, but I don't actually think it's going to happen.
I would have answered back. I didn't want to get struck by lightning.
Well, isn't that the
Carbon
theme?
Fiber.
But here's the deal, and I love that because we're wrapping up the book of James, and that's a theme of James, right? Of faith without works is dead, and it's that whole concept of you prove your faith by your works.
Yeah.
Like the best example I've ever heard of this is, hey, I can set a chair out in front of you, and you can tell me you trust the chair. You can tell me, hey, I believe that chair could hold me. Yeah. But you don't prove that unless you sit in it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a lot of what, following, when you follow God, you prove you're following him like that. One of the things that James is hinting at here is when you surrender and you gave your life to God and you said, God, my life is yours. Okay. You give your life to God, God's going to do actions through your life.
Mm-hmm.
If there's not actions going on through your life, then, and this is going to be hard for some people to hear, but if there is no actions of God in your life, then you didn't give your life to God, because God wants to do things through you, right? Like if you said, hey, God, my life is yours. You do whatever you want to do. He goes, okay, I've got things for you to do. And that's for every person that's ever walked the face of the earth. Is he has a plan and he wants you to do something. He has things for you. And so if there's nothing out of your life that looks like God, it gets into that verse where it's talking about fruit and gospels. There's no fruit, then I would question, hey, did you really give your life to God? And so I love that you say that, because you don't earn your way into salvation,
Right.
but your actions and the things that you do show that you have salvation.
Mhm.
So yeah, I thought that was really good. And one of the things I really wanted to do too, as we finish up James, and I didn't really prep you guys for this at
The
all.
unveiling of
Well, there's that. That's not what I'm talking
There's
about.
something else too.
We'll unveil that at the
we
very
really
end.
didn't get prepped.
Don't let me forget that,
Okay.
right? But I want to give us all a second, and I'll share mine. Actually, I just shared mine. But what has been you guys' biggest takeaway from James? Like, what's something that's really stood out to you over these last, 29 episodes?
Didn't know we were gonna get
11 o'clock at night.
At 11 o'clock at night. Yeah, this is real, guys. This is
Ah,
with flies flying around us.
I'm waiting for a bear after our
Yeah.
conversation to walk through that door. But I don't know, a lot of different things as we're hitting the notes quickly.
We're definitely
One
cutting
is
all
learn
this.
more about prayer too. There's a lot of like having faith in prayer.
Hmm.
I know we just talked about it too towards the end, but there was a lot of that, like faith, because we seem to lose it in today's world. And having faith is everything you need in James. The trials, it tells you what to do during rough times and how to treat your enemies and all that. Because in today's world, treating your enemies is to take them down and
Oh
basically
yeah,
belittle them.
or cancel them, or
To
yeah.
make you feel better about yourself for what they did, instead of just, okay, turn the other cheek and I'll keep moving on with my life and be done with it.
Well,
But no, we want to attack them.
I think James is easy to read and understand as a Christian because it was written to Christians,
Mhm.
right, in a time of oppression, right? Nero was building a force against the Christians, even sending spies at the time. But it's basically an easy handbook on what it's like to be a good Christian. And some of the common themes might be prayer. Some of the common themes might be your brother in Christ and supporting each other. But it's just, if you're a new Christian, it's a good book to start with because it's real life examples of how you can grow in your faith and become stronger in what you should do.
Yeah.
And for years, people always, anytime someone asks me, hey, and I've had this question a bunch of times of, hey, I want to read my Bible. Where do I start? A lot of times I'll point them to James, because I say, hey, look, start with a chapter a day.
Yeah.
Don't start with the whole, like, I'm going to read this entire book in one day. Okay. You're setting yourself up for failure with that. Right. And I would always say, hey, start with a chapter every day. There's 5 chapters in a week. You've finished the book.
Yeah.
And then text me when you get done, and I'll give you another one.
Yeah.
And
start them in Acts.
yeah, I didn't start them in Acts.
Yeah.
But the thing is just like you said, James is a great handbook of hey, it's that beautiful balance of works and faith and humility and not putting and that was another takeaway that I had that I loved. And I think we hammered this for like 5 episodes, right? Of don't put your faith in anything else but Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't put it in your job. Don't put it in your work. Don't put it in your money. Don't put it in your relationships, any of those things, because those things are temporary.
Yeah.
Why would I want to put my faith in something that's temporary? Why would I want to put my faith in something that the stock market could crash and I could lose it all? And I mean, let's be real. We can't really trust what's happening in the world today, right? Like it's all over the place. But at the same time, if I put my faith in Jesus, Jesus is unchanging. And so for me, it's just that, and especially if you're someone and you're listening to this podcast and you're wanting to grow in your faith, which I hope you are, might be why you're listening to this podcast, other than just listen to us goofballs talk, but or looking at Randy for fashion advice, but
if you're doing that.
Yeah, well,
sorry.
We'll point you some material later, but
Yeah, Josh knows the forum.
so, yeah, Sophia. But, um, but here's the deal. I just want to challenge you. Crack open your Bible, open up the book of James, and go back and read it. Like, just because we're moving on to another book doesn't mean that you can just quit. So go back and read James this week.
So do we get to find out our next book?
We do.
roll.
Drum roll. So
Have no beats and rhythm.
y'all are awful at this. Also, you're hitting like
Camo.
drab. We will be, so starting next week, we will introduce the book of Philippians.
Woohoo!
There you go. So Philippians is known as the epistle of joy. But there's a twist to it. So it was joy, but it wasn't written in what would seem to be a joyful situation. So, but we'll unpack that more
Made it joyful.
next week. And so I think that's something very practical.
Also, the book you were talking, what book do you use when you said you started reading?
He doesn't read.
Biblical recap?
Oh, the Bible recap.
Yeah. I think doing something like that in a study Bible, since we're kind of getting into when you're wanting to do what you were just talking about, like doing a book. So then you can go back because you're going to read James, but there's going to be other parts of the Bible in there for different sections, and it'll help you relate.
And we'll give them some free advertising. Like, you could go out on Amazon and you could order the Bible recap. But there's actually a free version. So if you log into the YouVersion Bible app, so if whether you got iPhone, we're giving them a free plug here. Whether you do iPhone or Android, just search the YouVersion Bible app. You can go in there, and if you click on plans, the Bible recap, you can search for it. It's in the plan. So literally, they have a 1-year Bible where it follows in a calendar year. You've read through the entire Bible. And so they've selected different verses that all chapters of the Bible that all correlate with one another. And then there's the explanation and the recap. So, hey, be sure to go,
because you can read something like we
and
were
it's
talking
free
about
Yeah.
last week. It can be taken in a different form, and you'd be like, what? And then makes you angry.
And it gives you
So-
great context, great context. So be sure and check that out. And we hope that helps you as a great resource grow in your faith.
What was the other thing? There was another announcement. We thought it was going to be the next book we were doing.
I think we've announced everything that we're going to announce.
You just said Philippians, and then
This is Philippians.
No, the other surprise was that we were supposed to give our recap.
oh,
Yeah.
never I was accepting.
Guys, it's late. It's past Grandpa's bedtime.
Yes.
But on that note, we will wrap up.
Wakes up soon.
Yeah, he's actually asleep right now. On that note, we will wrap up. We're out of time, but we will see you guys next week as we kick off the book of Philippians.
Peace.
Thanks for listening to the Words with Woodsman podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen. And if you're watching on YouTube, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new episode. We'll see you next time.